Thank you.
And I love.
All right, we sitting here watching Candy Cane because you know she finna smile in her face and talk shit behind her back.
Today, but they didn't come in quick enough.
Your feet are very they're very narrow.
Oh,
Easy to wear.
But I have big foot, girl. I'm like 9.5, 10. I know.
I'm an 11, 12.
You're an 11, 12?
Excuse me? I would fall over if I had smaller feet. I'm a big woman.
That's true. You are tall.
Yes. All right. So, Kiki, first, the pictures that we've seen of you all around. Now, our girl is all grown up. I think the first time I met Kiki,
16.
You were 16 years old on the radio. And now you're 23. And I've always, I love my young Hollywood friends. I just,
This bitch phony is a $3 bill, and y'all know it. Candy Cane takes several seats.
The one in the middle, they were calling you Cheeky Palmer.
I know. That was so funny.
Now, Kiki, you realize you don't have to struggle so hard to prove that you're grown up.
Yeah, but I feel like people think that that's what I'm doing, no matter what. Because they want me to be a kid. It's like I can't change their perception of me. Even though people will see me being older and they'll think you're trying to be older. No, I'm just older.
Yeah.
You know, it's like well, hell with it.
Okay, so what's your mom say when you walk out of the house like that?
My mom is very Chicago. She'd be like, yes, girl, because if my mom was like that, yes.
Really? Oh, is that that's your mom in the background?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Look at y'all, that's the real gag. If my mom is like, girl, yes.
Okay, I
don't blame it. Look, I tell the same thing to my daughter. Flaunt it while you got it.
You hear about this in the book. My dad is very, very silent. He's one of those, silent, strong types.
Okay. Let's talk about you and Trey Songz. All right. So,
the audience.
By the way, we tried to call Trey. He's a friend to our show.
Watch her instigate some shit. Y'all already know.
Yeah. So Trey Songz used you in a song, and you tell the rest and what all had happened.
Well, because you done told everybody, especially, okay? But I don't want to keep browbeating that one situation. But I will say, Wendy, I would have loved to turn on your show and saw you be a little bit more compassionate and less accusatory and ridiculous.
I couldn't.
Why, girl? Well, the gag is you wasn't there.
Well.
Check her, Kiki. That's right. Check her.
Singers, to save money, all you do is throw a house party.
That's true.
And roll the camera.
But is it right?
It's not.
It's normalized, and that's my problem. Forget about
right.
what you're saying to me. The thing is we're then telling girls that it's okay for them to be in weird and awkward and, potentially sexually harassing environments.
Right.
And they should endure it and not say nothing about it. That's why I said something about it, because it's like, look, it happens to me too.
Okay, so
it happens to all of us. Just because I'm in Hollywood doesn't mean we all as women endure that.
But at least you, unlike, random girls at the party, at least they came to you and they said, Kiki, we're about to film this video.
At least.
He mentioned her in the video, and so.
No, where's my makeup and hair? Where's my styling?
But that's what I was telling you through the TV.
Honey, come on.
And you were a little turned up, and you're over 21, you're able to.
I'm at the party, we're having a good time, and that's my whole thing, is that we have to start saying no when things don't feel right.
But
now, because I was nervous, honestly, you guys. Think about your first time that you were in a situation where someone challenged you sexually. That is not, you don't know how to act. And it was very,
sexually?
very nerve-wracking. I mean, you know how it is. You're a woman of power. How many times have you been tested in situations of how you can stand on your own and not fall at the hands of someone else?
But I was the girl who would always leave, though.
And I did leave. But I mean, if I hid in the closet for a couple seconds, what the hell?
She hid in the closet? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We agree to disagree on that. But are you still suing him? That's a dumb lawsuit.
My thing is, at the end of the day, it's reached its resolution.
Okay.
I'll say that about it. It's reached its resolution, and it's not I'm not a hateful person, but I am the kind of person that's going to say, I don't belong to you, and I'm going to quiet the noise and find my voice.
Interesting. There's something more to this story, something sexual. We didn't know about anything sexual. Speaking of which...
Wendy, you're hilarious.
No, well, there's something more to the story. In your book,
yes,
you talk about being sexually abused when you were younger.
Mm-hmm.
Is that person still a part of the cipher? Was that a family member?
Yeah, it's a family member, and she's very much still a part. Yeah.
She. And so how do you treat her?
Very normal. And I think that that's the thing.
How old were you?
I was 5. And I think that's the weird thing about it, that often we can't name the things in our life is because they happen so quickly and we often have no knowledge of what went on.
What does mom say? Your mom?
Mom's very sad, when she thinks about it, because she's wondering how these things happen without, how parents are when they find out things going on with their kids. It's like, why didn't you tell me?
And dad
like,
is still,
I didn't know.
And dad is still silent, your dad?
My dad, he's very like, well, you come to your own understanding about things. My dad is different than my mom. Moms are always like, let me tell you how to live. And my dad is like, you're going to live, so I need to let you. And when you want to come to me and you want to talk to me, I'm always here, but I'm not going to browbeat you.
So this woman is still around.
She is. I mean, but this is the thing. She's my cousin, too. She's 4 years older than me. She was a young person, too. Child-on-child molestation is real. She was like 9. So that's the whole thing, is that this was a child-on-child molestation situation.
Are you sexually fluid?
What do you mean by that?
Do you like girls and boys? Just girls or just boys?
Yeah, I like whoever loves me. I'm the kind of person. I'm the kind of person that, at the end of the day, love is defined by the individual, and what I feel today is not what I necessarily may feel 5 years from now, 4 years from now.
Understood.
It's all. I don't want to limit myself to one feeling or one idea of anything.
These young people today, you are something else. You know what, Kiki? Honestly, when I told the story about Trey Songz, I thought you'd be like, some people might be like, she talked about me on Hot Topics. Now I don't want to go on her show, even though you were already booked. You are a girl after my own. No, she came. And we're talking.
Yeah, we're talking. And this is my thing, Wendy. I don't take the things that you say personally. I like to challenge you because you are a woman that has your own opinions.
Yes.
And you're not afraid to back them. And you know what? I'm the same. So I can respect that.
I love you.
I love you.
So is it true that Ice Cube was the first person to talk to you about boys?
Yes.
And what he said, if it's true, I so agree.
Oh my gosh, she's iconic. So I was very nervous, mind you. I was shooting a movie called The Long Shots. I was about 14 years old, and he was like, I need to talk to you. And I was very nervous because it seemed like a normal morning. I said hey to everybody, hugged everybody. Mom always raised me to be polite, so I'm like, I feel like I ain't do nothing wrong. Why is this man mad at me?
You're haying and hugging.
Yeah, I was nervous.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I'm doing normal stuff.
Right.
So he pulled me to the side, and he had, his bodyguards were with him and everything like that. And I was like, I think I'm in trouble. And he's like, there ain't nothing wrong. He said, I just want to let you know that you're becoming a older woman. You're 14 years old, you're growing, you're maturing, and everybody does not have the same intentions with you that you think that they do. You need to be aware of what it is you are and who it is you are so people can't exploit it.
So
and I didn't understand that.
Ease up on the hugs, maybe?
Pretty much saying, be aware of what's going on. When you're easing up, when you're hugging somebody chest to chest, they feeling something. You know what I'm saying? And when people
That's right. You told her right. I love Ice Cube.
And it's a harsh reality. And that's why, I know for you, when the whole Trey Songz things happened as well, I was like, I know you have to have had throughout your career situations and like that you have felt. And I would have loved to share that with you.
You know what? I'm trying to think, and I don't think that I have. I've always avoided situations. I'll be honest with you. I've always avoided situations like that.
How would you say you would avoid it if you're trying to interview somebody and the whole time that you're interviewing them, they're saying, damn, you're fine as hell. What do I have to do to get with you? What would you say to a young woman that's watching a show?
Okay.
My homegirl, she just had a situation. She went to, a job interview. She sells stuff. She's trying to do her pitch. And the whole time, the man is making a pass at her.
Well,
what do you do? What would you tell?
After 30 years in broadcast, always with a hot mic, interviewing a lot of guys.
Yes.
And guys who would hit on. But I would say, thank you. Thank you at first. And then say, stop trying to divert me from what you did last week, okay? Stop.
You called it out. You called it out.
With the mic live. What? With the mic live. Stop trying to, I appreciate, you're also handsome.
Yes.
However, I've got a boyfriend, or you know what, I don't even have to rely on having a boyfriend. I just be like, look, let's talk about what you came here for. Stop with all the flattery stuff, because a lot of times men feel like if they flatter you, you're going to forget what your original purpose for being there was.
Exactly.
Well, I'm not that girl. Never have been. So now, who are you dating, or what are you dating now?
Girl, I'm not dating anybody because, I don't know what it is with this whole dating scene.
Why?
It's just weird, girl. Millennial dating is hard.
All right. Yeah, but you want to know what? There are a few things that haven't changed. Like you and Meek Mill, by the way, was that a thing?
Oh my gosh, no.
Word in the street.
No, you know what? People always do
Here
word
she
in the
go.
street when you're next to somebody. Every time a celebrity is next to another celebrity, y'all know they together.
Tune in for my recap, the after show. Mama Diva.
Advice for dating? Why is it weird? Because there's